Hello, and welcome to the Simplification Dossier, episode 35, Roundup Edition. This covers episodes 29 to 34. Alright, so episode 29 is Simplifying Content Creation Strategies. 30 is applying that to running a business as a whole. Episode 31 is an AI's perspective on it. And then episode 32 is Simplifying Content Distribution Strategies. 33 is applying that to a business as a whole, running a business as a whole. And then episode 34 is an AI's perspective on it. All right, so let's start with the first one, simplifying content creation strategies. All right, you need to make sure that your content is audience centric. Make sure they're always writing or producing whatever you're producing with your audience in mind. Make sure you get to know them, make sure you know their interests, their likes, their dislikes, and so that you can be putting out what best works for you and your audience. Next thing that's talked about in this blog post is utilizing analytic tools. It's important to use these because they can give you vital information to help you get to know your target market and can be very helpful when it comes to learning their likes, dislikes, and whatnot. So make sure you use your analytic tools. Next is repurposing your content. So make sure that you're able to divide your content up into small little clips or snippets of text so that you can put it out there on social media, so that you can get the word out there, and that's a great way to repurpose your content. Next is to make sure that you're always analyzing what your competitor is doing. Find out what works for them, what doesn't work, what needs they aren't filling that you could fill, etc. All right, content calendar creation. It is a great idea to have a content calendar. This will help you keep your ideas in order and know exactly when things will be coming out. And just a note here really quick, we have a content calendar for free, a template that you can download, as well as 7 other resources for your business. You just go to firepreneurship.com/resources to access that. More about that at the end. All right, so make sure that your communication is clear and concise. Make sure that you are writing in a way that people will understand. You're explaining things in a way that people will understand. Make sure you limit highly technical terms. You can use technical terms every once in a while to show your credibility, but make sure that you include a very detailed explanation of what that term means so that your audience will understand. And also try to avoid jargon. These are some ways that you can communicate in a clear and concise manner. All right, let's talk about applying those principles to running your business as a whole. All right, so analytic tools help in every aspect. You can use your analytic tools to get to know your target audience, to get to know what kind of products and services they want, the kind of content that they want to consume, and what kind of needs are not being met by competitors that you can fill for your audience. All right, so kind of going along with that, analyze your competitors, find out again what's working best for them, what doesn't work so well for them, and fill the needs that aren't being met. And applying this to your business as a whole, this is referring more to like your services and products, what you're offering to your customers. All right, make sure you communicate clearly and concisely, as mentioned before in the blog post. Applying it to your business, make sure when you're talking to customers that you're very clear about what you're saying. Again, avoiding highly technical terms unless you have a really good detailed definition of that term, and also avoid jargon. Use layman's terms, everyday language to explain what you're saying. And make sure you get rid of the fluff. Make sure you're just including what they need to know. And a great way to really help teach what you're trying to teach to your customer or employee or whoever it is. Make sure you use visual aids. We're very visual learners as humans, and so visual aids will definitely help you teach what you're trying to teach. Okay, and utilizing the strategies that I've just mentioned with communicating clearly and concisely and using visual aids will help you avoid misunderstandings. Also, asking questions will also help you avoid misunderstandings, like asking somebody if they understood what you were saying, something like that. And then lastly, repurposing life lessons. Dana in this episode talks about how he, over the years, has learned a lot of life lessons, even outside of business, that he's been able to apply to his business. And so it's very interesting to see that concept of repurposing content in the context of learning life lessons and applying them to different aspects of life. All right, so let's see what ChatGPT says. All right, focus on audience needs and insights. You can tell that that is a very common piece of advice as it's across the internet. And yeah, you need to make sure you know your audience. Make sure you know what they need, what they want, what they like, what they don't like. So create clear and engaging content. If you don't, people can get bored and they'll bounce. Um, and you need to make sure that they're entertained, that they're learning something, or something along those lines. Next is utilizing visual content effectively. You want to use the right pieces of visual aids um, in your content. If you're using the wrong type or some kind of visual content that you believe is teaching what you want it to teach or representing what you want it to represent, but it's not, then you need to make some changes. Again, this falls into knowing your audience and making sure you provide the visual content that will be best helpful for them. All right, repurpose your content for maximum impact. I don't mean to beat a dead horse here, but again, it's very commonly advised to be able to repurpose your content. So you need to be able to really plan out what you're going to do so that you can split it up into little bite-sized pieces to put it all out there. Okay, and make sure that you are continuously improving by looking at the feedback that you're getting and adapting with that feedback in mind. I will note here that there are people out there that will just say negative things, and the best thing to do is to just ignore them. But I'm not saying that you should ignore all of it, because there are people out there that give negative criticism, but they're really providing value for you and for your future posts and your customers as a whole, because they're providing you feedback so that you can improve in the future. So make sure you keep that helpful information, that helpful feedback in mind. Okay, so also consider professional services for efficiency. This is a great recommendation by ChatGPT. There are services out there that will help you with your content creation. Firepreneurship.com is one of them. And yeah, I highly recommend reaching out and getting professionals to help you. And that'll really help get a lot of things off your plate and be helpful for you. All right, let's move on to the second half of all of this. So simplifying content distribution strategies. And this is the blog edition. So identify the right channels. First, you'll need to take like the shotgun approach, cast a wide net, and put your stuff out there on as many platforms as you believe through your analysis of your target audience will be the best place for them, if that's a place that you feel like they hang out. And over time, you can analyze the data to find out what is actually working and what isn't, and then cut out the the stuff that isn't working so well. All right, so make sure that your content type is consistent with the platform that you're posting on. Like, for example, if you're posting on TikTok, you don't want to just do some kind of blog post or like a small snippet of words. You want to make sure that you're putting out a video type of content, and just make sure that you're creating your content for that specific social media platform, as they are all unique. Each one has their different audience that learns in a different way, that enjoys the different types of communication, and so you need to keep that in mind. All right, so competitor analysis falls into play here as well. Find out what's working best for them, what's not. Find out where they're posting, and um, and copy them, uh, but making it unique, making it your own, and also fill the needs that you feel are not being filled by your competitors. Okay, so platform specific optimization. Again, that goes with creating the right type of content for the platform that you are posting on, and just making sure that that content speaks to that specific audience. For example, if you're posting on LinkedIn, you're going to present your material in a more professional way than if you were doing it on TikTok, where you would do it in more of a fun way, a more entertaining way. So yeah, you just need to make sure that you're optimizing specifically for the platform you are using. Okay, repurpose for various formats. You can change the format of a bunch of different types of posts, or content, and make it so that it will fit in with the other platforms by changing the format. This is a very helpful thing to do. So it'll save you a lot of time just by repurposing it and changing the format. Okay, so make sure you're strategic about scheduling and promoting your content. Um, there are specific times that you should post. On each platform, it's different, and for different target audiences, it's different as well. But yeah, you need to know when is the best time and where to post your stuff. All right, let's apply those principles to running your business as a whole. Okay, make sure you're offering products and services that best fit your target market's needs. Again, that's just doing an analysis, finding out what they like, what they dislike, what they're interested in, what they need, and so forth. Don't use the same script for every product or service. Each product and service will have a different script, as it obviously is a different type of offering, but also each product and service attracts a different type of target market. So you'll need to be able to talk to them in different ways that make sense to them. Okay, everyone is different and learns differently. Like I mentioned before, most of us as humans are visual learners. There are different types of learning as well, so you need to make sure that you're catering to different types of learning. All right, make sure you're focusing on the right timing. Make sure that you're offering your products or services at the right time. You don't want to offer, say, sandals in the wintertime, and you don't want to offer a jacket in the summertime, just as a couple of examples. So yeah, make sure that your offering has the right timing. Okay, the way you present everything matters. This is very important, and you might think, well, yeah, but you really need to put a lot of effort into how you present things. People can get bored and go away from it. They can think, oh, well, this isn't a very good presentation. It must not be very good quality. all those kind of things. And you want to avoid that by presenting everything in a professional and clear way. All right, simplification benefits both you and your customers and clients. So when you simplify things, you have less things on your plate and you're able to focus on your customers and clients even better and make sure that their needs are getting met. So an overall win-win for everybody involved. All right, let's talk about ChatGPT's perspective on the subject. All right, so make sure you're identifying the right channels. Again, that's getting to know your audience and finding out where they hang out. Tailor your content to those specific platforms. We talked about this before. Each platform is different. Make sure you're creating the right type of content for each platform. Analyze the competitors' distribution. Where are they posting? Are they successful? Are they not? Where are things lacking? And fill in those needs. Okay, scheduling and promoting content strategically. Again, you want everything to be done in at the right time. And so you do that by being strategic with your scheduling and promoting. Make sure you're measuring your success. Look at the analytic tools and see where you can improve and where you're being successful and double down on those things. Okay, applying these strategies that we've talked about over the week can help you stay agile and consistent. The biggest thing with content marketing is being consistent, is putting out that content as frequently as you have chosen to, and staying agile will help you do that without getting burnt out. All right, that does it for the simplification dossier. The next week's is elimination. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, if you learned something. Comment, be a part of the conversation. We'd love to hear from you. Share it with anybody that you feel would benefit from this information, and subscribe so you can be among the first people to know when we put out our next piece of content. Thank you so much for your time. That's the end of this video. And if you are interested in receiving free resources for your business, then visit firepreneurship.com/resources. We'll see you there.